Hey everybody, yes, it's me. We're still on a road trip driving Winter's car from Boston all the way back to Portland. So Boston, Massachusetts, all the way back to Portland, Oregon. Today is our day off, the only day off we're taking, and we're here at Niagara Falls because we wanted to see the falls, and I've never seen them before and my partner's never seen them before. But that does mean that we're not going to be making any video content for the next couple of days. Everything you're watching right now has been pre-recorded. So over this particular vacation, maybe a working vacation, I've got some great content lined up for you, and today it's my buddy Nick from the UK, who is a really amazing guy. He's got a great amount of knowledge of the automotive industry in general, but particularly the world of electric vehicles. And Nick's going to talk to you today about why he thinks it'll be Volkswagen, not Tesla, that's going to win the market in Europe. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to his channel, I'll leave links below and you can totally go and subscribe to him, and you should. In fact, make sure that you do after he's finished his video. I think you'll enjoy it. He's a great guy, and he's even got almost identical set lighting to us, so take it away, Nick.
Welcome to today's video. I'm Nick, and while Nikki is having a much needed holiday, I thought I'd explain to you how the leading force in America is currently Tesla, and also it's leading in Europe. But I think that crown may be taken off Tesla here in Europe at least by VW, and I thought we'd look into the reasons why I think that is. Now, before I get into why VW will dominate here in Europe, or before I get into how the European and North American markets are completely different, let me just get this straight out there. This is not a VW versus Tesla video or a Tesla versus VW video. I currently drive and own a Model 3 for work, and I sell and buy a whole host of electric vehicles as well as review them over on my YouTube channel. So why don't I think Tesla will dominate here in Europe? Well, it's got nothing to do with build quality. It's got nothing to do with the fact that currently Tesla are importing cars from China and Fremont to the European market, because both those issues are going to disappear with the Berlin factory, and Chinese built Model 3s are showing better build qualities than previous generations, but it's got nothing to do with those two issues. It's to do with size. Now, before you all start writing in the comment, yes, but Tesla is going to be bigger than VW, they're growing all the time, their stock price is through the roof. It's not to do with company size, it's to do with the size of vehicles that Tesla make. The Model X, the Model S are huge vehicles, and us Europeans don't like big vehicles, not like you US buyers. Now, for my European viewers, Americans like big vehicles, they like trucks, they like, well, we call them pickups over here in Europe, but they like larger vehicles. And you Americans don't understand that our European market, we like smaller vehicles. And you might argue, yes, but Tesla make the Model 3 and Y, which are smaller vehicles. And these are definitely more popular here in Europe than the S and the X, but they are still huge vehicles on our roads. They are large vehicles. It is a segment of vehicles that is sold over here, and it does compete with other segments of sizes over here. But we prefer smaller cars like hatchbacks. In fact, stuff like the EV1, the very first electric car that was made by GM over there, that's the type of cars that us Europeans really like buying. VW, however, have been making small cars ever since they first existed. Their very first car, the Volkswagen Beetle, known as the People's Car, was designed to be small and affordable by the masses, which is exactly what it was. But why do Europeans prefer smaller cars? Well, one reason is they're cheaper, but the other reason is they are designed around our road networks. Now, unlike North America, where a lot of your road networks are fairly new and still being built and developed, and town cities being extended, a lot of our infrastructure, a lot of our roads, they're narrower, they're smaller, and we can't widen them because there's buildings there, and we can't knock these buildings down because some of them are historical and they're listed, but mainly because some people live in there. The offices are still completely functional. You don't knock down, you know, an unbroken building, and our European small hatchback cars fit down these roads perfectly. but a Model X, for example, wouldn't. And in fact, there's a road just up road from me where I actually live, and it's where I live in a countryside, and the road is too narrow to fit a Model X down. It is too narrow. It can perfectly work with any other European car. It works fine with the Model 3, to be fair, but it is too narrow for some Model X's and some Model S's, and that is basically where Tesla make the bigger money. Now, the Volkswagen ID3, their first affordable electric car was the ID3, which wasn't sold in the States because you don't like the small cars the same as us Europeans. Now, what if Tesla start making a small car? Well, Elon has hinted that he would like to make a smaller car than the Model 3. However, they still haven't produced the Roadster, they still haven't produced the semi-truck, and I can't imagine producing a small car, which is not popular over in the States and would only be popular here in Europe, is a huge priority for Tesla. I can imagine they've got other projects they want to rush forward first rather than work on a car that they would only sell in a very selective small market. Now, I say selective small market, we are a huge market, but for the number of factories Tesla has compared to Volkswagen, I can't see them concentrating that time to make that car for the European market. And that is another thing why VW will be king over here. VW have a lot of factories here in Europe, and we also have a lot of brands under VW. So, for example, we've got Seat, we also have Cupra, and we also have Skoda. So these are brands of Volkswagen that will all produce versions of the ID3 or the ID4 in different sort of names, but all the same body, all the same structure. It means that Volkswagen can produce a hell a lot of these small hatchback sized cars we want. And to put it into perspective how small our cars go, the Seat Mai or the Volkswagen E-Up is really small, and I mean really small. If you ever get a chance, look up a picture of it and compare it to the size of the ID4 or your Tesla Model 3, and you will see that our cars in Europe, we really do like to have them small. I hope I've really explained why I think VW will win over here in Europe, and you need to remember this is again not Tesla versus VW. We all have to move to more sustainable transport. We can't carry on using gas-powered cars. And to move over to more sustainable transport, we need more companies to make electric vehicles. And VW has the factories, they have the build power to do it over here in Europe. Tesla, with their one factory that they're building over here in Europe, and even if they do build another one over here, they're still not going to be able to compete with the size of factories that Volkswagen currently have. And also Volkswagen's understanding of the European market, the small car market. Check out some of our cars and have a look how small they really are. Thank you very much for Transport Evolved for inviting me to do this week's video. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel over at EVNick. I'm sure Transport Evolved will put a link somewhere on the screen. Thank you very much, and I hope to maybe see you again. See you later, goodbye.
Thank you, EVNick. That was a really amazing video. I really enjoyed it. Make sure that you have subscribed to him. I will link below, and make sure you've subscribed to this channel, hit the bell, as well as making sure that you subscribe to our two other channels, Transport Evolved Shorts and Transport Evolved Take 2. We are going to continue to produce Transport Evolved Shorts content this week. It's all pre-recorded, but in the next couple of days we're going to try and do some hangouts and some live things as well while we're on the way. Thanks ever so much to the folks on my right for being our $15 to $49 a month Patreon supporters. Thanks from the bottom of my heart. Thanks from everybody really at Transport Evolved, because without you guys we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Special thanks go out to our $50 a month Patreon supporters. They are Andrew Martin, Guido Drahota, Bromfie Wolf, Anonymous Freak, Raging Fellows, Carl Hodgson, Gordon C, Paul Conway, Laura Sanborn, Anthony Coates, Denny Hyde, Sean Ueda, and Tazla in the Gong. And of course, thank you so much to our $100 a month Patreon supporters, John Lyons, Marcel Ward, Reggie Watts, JP Fagerback, Will Graylin, and Ian. I hope you can hear me. I'm shouting over the beauty of Niagara, and I feel kind of guilty doing that. If you'd like to join the ranks of wonderful supporters, you can do so. There are links below. You can join us through Patreon, Bitcoin, or Ko-fi. Don't forget that you can also join the TE Discord and chat with other fans of the show, as well as the production team. And if you fancy some swag, head to our swag store. I'm not actually wearing any swag today from the channel, but I will be later on in the week. Thank you so much for joining us, and as always, keep evolving.